TPU, welcome to another Pokemon Wi-Fi battle.
I'm blazeking24, and today I have a 5th generation Archer match for you guys. It's gonna be against ZabuzaOfTheWater. I highly recommend you guys go check out his channel. But heading into today's team preview, my opponent's Buffalon and Magneton might be the biggest problem to my team, just because if Buffalon is the choice card set and he locks himself into the Mega Horn, then it can deal some heavy damage to my team. Also, if Magneton does have the substitute, then it can also hurt me because the only Pokemon I'll have to touch it will be my Gallade, and I tend to see Hidden Power Fire on Magneton, and if it does have it, then it can hurt my Glaceon and Snover pretty hard. But heading into today's battle, I'm set to lead off with my Sigilyph, predicting my opponent to lead off with his Amoonguss or his Hitmonchan, predicting me to lead off with my Snover. But that is not the case, as my opponent's just going to decide to lead off with his Aerodactyl. I'm going to switch out first turn because I really didn't want to take his Stone Edge, but my opponent's just going to go for the Taunt as I switch out into my Kabutops. Next turn, as my opponent's going to get up his Stealth Rocks, I'm going to go for the Stone Edge. I didn't go for the Waterfall because I thought my opponent would switch out into his Amoonguss, and with the Stone Edge getting, well, with the Stone Edge having a higher chance of getting a critical hit, I just thought I would go for it. This turn I'm going to set to stay in, as my opponent is going to set up a substitute with his Amoonguss, just because I knew that he would go for the Spore and not the straight up Giga Drain. But that is not the case, as my opponent's Amoonguss has the substitute and not the Spore. Well, I don't know if he has a Spore yet, but I'm going to set to make a switch out into my Snover because I thought I might have use for my Kabutops later. As I'm just going to break my opponent's substitute off with the Blizzard, my opponent is just going to take my Snover down with the Sludge Bomb. Now, I could have avoided this by going for the Rapid Spin and not the Aqua Jet with my Kabutops in turn 3, I believe. And I went for the Aqua Jet because I thought, for some odd reason, I thought Rapid Spin was affected by Taunt. And looking back at it, that was really stupid on my part. As my Snover goes down, I'm set to switch out into my, bring out my Gallade here, as I'm just going to get up a free 70% of damage on my opponent's Amoonguss, as he's just going to try to get up a substitute. I think he predicted me to go for a bulk up or something, bulk up or Sword Dance, but I'm going to go for a Psycho Shift once again, but I knew something on the back of my head was telling me to go for the Shadow Sneak here because Slowking was pretty obvious, but it really doesn't matter because I calced it, and Shadow Sneak is a 3-hit KO to the Slowking unboosted. So with the amount that my Psycho Shift does to the Slowking, I will be able to hit KO with the Shadow Sneak. But I really don't want to take the chance of my Blade getting burnt, so I'm going to make a switch out into Spiritomb. Now, originally the Spiritomb had Pursued, but I misgened and I have 2 slots of Shadow Sneak, so this Slowking will be able to get away. I knew my opponent would switch out, and that's why I went for the Will-O-Wisp here. Now, the Will-O-Wisp and the heal is kind of racking up on my opponent's Magneton, so I just decided to go for a Shadow Sneak to get as much damage as I can on the Magneton, because I really didn't think that I would have use for the Spiritomb. But my opponent's going to get a critical hit here. Now, I don't know how crucial that was. I honestly don't think that was crucial at all. But it kind of did matter, maybe. I'm going to decide to switch out into my Sigilyph because I could just Revenge Kill with the Heat Wave, right? No, because my opponent's Magneton is actually the Choice Scarf set. And yeah, this is not looking good for me. I'm going to make a switch out into my Glaceon, and I'm just going to take a huge hit from the Thunderbolt and Revenge Kill the Magneton off with the Blizzard. So this is not looking good for me at all. It's a 3-5 score. And to make the game even more one-sided, I'm going to decide to fodder off my Kabutops. In hindsight, I should have went out into my Gallade this turn. To avoid losing my Sigilyph, I think I should have went out into my Gallade. I know it can take at least 2 Thunderbolts, and I would have been able to get up some of my HP back with the Drain Punch. But I guess what happened happened. This turn I'm decided to go out into my Gallade, and I was thinking I still had a chance to win. I just needed 1 bulk up to win the match. So this is where I go for that 1 bulk up needed. Yeah, I kind of slowed this part down because I wanted to, I guess. I don't want to ruin the game for you guys. I think I already have. But the Aerodactyl will be dying off to the Hail. Now, my opponent is going to decide to bring out his Amoonguss this turn. Wow, I should have sped this part up a little. I don't know why I made it's so slow. My opponent's going to bring out his Amoonguss this turn, and he's going to make a double out into his Slowking just for the Regenerator. And after the Cycle Shift, 2 Shadow Sneaks, or yeah, one Shadow Sneak will be able to
well, I think one or two. I think two Shadow Snakes will be able to take out my opponent's Slowking. But I'm gonna be an idiot and I'm gonna go for a Drain Punch here, because I was predicting my opponent to switch out into his Bouffalant, which is not really needed, because even if I did go for the Shadow Sneak and my opponent predicted that, I would have been able to live a Mega Horn, and I would have been able to get up some huge damage, or actually kill the Bouffalant off with a Drain Punch. But this turn I'm gonna go for a Drain Punch again, and luckily my opponent will not get the burn with the 2 Scald he goes for, so that's kind of payback for the critical hit. Not really, because this actually mattered. My opponent's going to decide to bring out his Amoonguss here, who is not going to live a Psycho Shift, so I'm just going to be able to one-shot it. His last 2 Pokemon will be his Hitmonchan and his Bouffalant, as you guys could see by my team preview. He's going to decide to bring out his Hitmonchan. Does a Focus Sash appear out of nowhere? No, and I'm just going to be able to one-shot that as well. His last Pokemon will be his Bouffalant, who's... I really like his nickname, actually, Disco Knight. Yeah. I will be able to one-shot this also with Drain Punch, and it turns out that he is not the Choice Scarf set. I think he's like Life Orb or Choice Band maybe, but that was a really close game, ZabuzaOfTheWater. It all mattered if you got the burn or not, and luckily you didn't for me. But thanks for watching, guys. Remember to leave a like and a comment. If you guys did like my narration, check out my channel, subscribe to TPU, check out my channel like I said already. That's next time.